The life story of Ivan the Terrible. Ivan IV Vasilievich, known as Ivan the Terrible, was one of the most formidable and controversial rulers in Russian history. Born on August 25, 1530 in Moscow, Ivan was the son of Grand Prince Vasily III of Moscow and Elena Glinskaya. His early life was marked by tragedy and instability, deeply influencing his future reign. At just 3 years old, Ivan became Grand Prince of Moscow after his father's death. His mother, Elena, served as regent until her untimely death when Ivan was only 8. Afterward, the boyars and nobles fought for power, and Ivan was subjected to their cruelty. This period of neglect and mistreatment left him with a deep mistrust of the nobility. At age 16, Ivan was crowned Tsar of Russia in 1547, becoming the first ruler to hold the title. His coronation symbolized his ambition to consolidate power and bring stability to Russia. With the title of Tsar, Ivan aimed to centralize authority and diminish the power of the boyars, though his methods were harsh. Ivan's reign saw significant territorial expansion. He conquered the Khanates of Kazan, 1552, Astrakhan, 1556, and Siberia, greatly enlarging Russia's borders. These victories boosted Ivan's power but were accompanied by brutality. In Kazan, after the city's fall, Ivan ordered the execution of thousands of its inhabitants, which highlighted the ruthless nature of his campaigns. However, Ivan's most notorious period was the Oprichnina, 1565 to 1572, when he sought to destroy the boyars' influence by establishing a secret police force. The Oprichniki, as they were known, were infamous for their cruelty. They conducted mass executions, tortured their victims, and wiped out entire families. Villages were burned, and thousands of lives were lost, marking one of the darkest chapters of Ivan's reign. The question of why Ivan became so brutal has been debated for centuries. Some historians attribute his cruelty to the trauma of his childhood, while others suggest that his actions were the result of his deteriorating mental health. Ivan's paranoia grew as he aged, and he began to see enemies everywhere. This contributed to his increasingly erratic behavior, making him more unpredictable and violent. One of the most tragic events of Ivan's reign was the death of his son, Ivan Ivanovich, in 1581. During a heated argument, Ivan struck his son, causing a fatal wound. Ivan was devastated by the loss, which worsened his mental instability. Some argue that his violent temper and mental decline led to this tragedy, with some even speculating that Ivan's actions were influenced by hereditary mental illness. Historians have proposed several theories regarding Ivan's behavior. Some suggest his cruelty was a response to the political instability of his time. Faced with widespread corruption and infighting among the nobility, Ivan sought to maintain control by any means necessary. Others believe Ivan saw himself as a defender of the Russian Orthodox faith, and his violent actions were driven by a sense of divine mission. In this view, his cruelty was seen as a means to restore order to a collapsing state. Another theory suggests that Ivan's terror was a calculated strategy to eliminate threats to his power. By creating an atmosphere of fear, Ivan ensured that no one dared challenge his authority. While Ivan's actions were brutal, his intelligence and strategic mind were evident. He understood the need to control both the political and social order in Russia, using fear as a tool to secure his rule. Despite his reign of terror, Ivan did implement some reforms that contributed to the modernization of Russia. He introduced a new legal code, the Sudebnik, which streamlined the legal system. He also reformed the military, creating a standing army that was more efficient and better equipped than ever before. These reforms helped strengthen Russia, despite the violence and instability surrounding his rule. Ivan the Terrible died on March 18, 1584, after suffering a stroke. His death left Russia in a state of uncertainty, as his successors were weak and unable to maintain the centralized power that Ivan had established. Ivan's legacy remains highly controversial. While some view him as a cruel tyrant, others believe his actions were necessary to solidify the Russian state and protect it from internal and external threats. Ivan's reign left an indelible mark on Russian history. His brutal methods, military conquests, and mental instability make him one of the most notorious figures in world history. Despite his many flaws, Ivan's impact on Russia is undeniable. His reign set the stage for the rise of the Romanov dynasty and influenced the future of the Russian Empire. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.